This is a review of the Osprey Talon 44 2021 model, and it's used for a 5-day hike along Hadrian's Wall. I say 44, but actually this is a 42-litre version, the small medium version of the pack, because slightly to my surprise, even though I'm a shade over 6 foot tall, at least that's what I claim, the nice man in Cotswold Outdoor who fitted the rucksacks clearly demonstrated that the small medium was the one for me. There are a great number of bits and pieces attached to the rucksack, straps and clips and handles and mesh, few of which I've not used. But there is an owner's manual online that guides you on how, for example, to fix trekking poles and ice axes and sleeping bags and the like if you need those. You can adjust the rucksack quite a lot, which is a little bit fiddly, including when you try to release the hook and loop system behind the back panel, but it does mean you should be able to get a very good fit to your body. The main bag looks something like a big bin liner. I guess its capacity is something like 30 to 35 litres with a drawstring. It's not subdivided in any way, which is a bit of a nuisance, but slightly compensated by the fact that there's a zip all the way across the bottom, which allows direct access to things that are packed there. You could see that just as an emergency measure to get items that have everything piled on top of them, but maybe better seen as a place for quick access items like a cagoule or other clothing that you might need during a day's hike. And you can also use this quite large mesh pocket for that kind of clothing or for maps and guidebooks. The upper bag is in two sections. There's a flat mesh pocket with a key clip underneath, and then there's the main pocket, which I guess is around 5 or 6 litres. It's rather a nuisance on that the entry zip for the upper bag is quite a bit smaller than its width, so you end up having to stuff larger things in and then yank them out. The upper bag is removable, not that easy to carry around, but you could use it for short half-day out type visits. Now looking from the other side, there's a carry handle. The AirScape back panel provides ventilation for your back. I've no doubt it improves things compared with other designs, but you'll still sweat a lot down your back on a warm day. Well, certainly I did. Shoulder straps feel good with reasonable level of padding, and they don't roll or fold like some straps do when you use the chest strap. There's also this small pocket for goodness knows what. Moving down to the hip belt, quite substantial, good padding, fits snugly, clips in securely. There's a couple of pockets, one on each side here. I actually ended up not using them, but they could fit money or a phone, even a small guidebook or a map. On each side, there are 2 mesh pockets, which have got additional access points there. They are large enough to fit 1 litre water bottles. They've got compression straps, though I didn't bother to adjust those as the bottles fit pretty tightly inside. Bit of a squeeze to push them in, but they won't ever fall out. There is also space for a separate hydration compartment. There's the access point there if you want to buy the reservoir. Personally, I'm not a fan of drinking through a big plastic straw, so I didn't use that. There is no rain cover provided with the Osprey Talon. I bought one online for 12 quid, a 50 to 70 litre Bezrina that fitted well and didn't let the water in. Overall, I used the Osprey Talon 44 in the end for 6, not 5 as I initially said, full days of hiking between B&Bs. Was pretty happy with it. No bruising on my back or hips, a little bit on my collarbone, but I think that's me rather than the rucksack, and I was always able to adjust it to change the positioning if need be. I used most of the capacity, but that did allow room for a couple of non-essentials and for lunch, and the all-up weight at the start of each day was around 10 kilos.